Welcome to the Good Vibes podcast, where we introduce the ideas and people behind the next generation of wellness brands. Today's episode highlights a brand in the GoodVibes fund portfolio, which is now being actively developed inside the GoodVibesLab, our in-house incubator. That brand is CellYea, a cellular optimization system designed to support long-term energy, focus, and physical performance at the biological level. Joining me is Austin Homfeld, fund manager for the GoodVibes Fund. Austin's here to explain why CellYea was selected, how the lab is building it for long-term impact, and how this all ties back to a broader thesis of building companies rooted in family, faith, and business. Austin, let's start here. As fund manager, what made CellYea a good fit for the GoodVibes Fund and wellness strategy?
Yeah, thank you, Dan. At the fund, we don't just chase trends. We look for fundamental problems that need real solutions. What drew me to CellYea was the founder. Jonas is a world-class ultra-endurance cyclist who built a formula to keep himself mentally and physically sharp into his 50s. This wasn't a theoretical idea. It was a functional system that was already working. We just needed to refine it, Americanize it, and build the narrative architecture around it. That's what made it a prime candidate for the GBL incubator in the fund.
So how did this evolve into something you were willing to step into as acting CEO?
Well, as a fund manager, I often step in to lead a brand during the early incubation period while we build out the team and operational infrastructure. With CellYea, the original formulation from Jonas Bohr had real promise, especially in cellular energy and mitochondrial performance, but it needed refinement to meet the demands of the U.S. consumers. That meant evolving everything: taste, delivery, ingredient clarity, and long-term scalability. We're building CellYea as a system for cellular resistance, one that makes it easier to support energy, focus, and endurance without relying on caffeine or synthetic performance enhancers. Right now, that includes targeted delivery formats for different use cases, but we're always evolving to make the experience more seamless for the consumer, especially as we prepare for a broader market rollout.
So the idea was to preserve the power of the original concept, but make it more usable for the everyday consumer?
Exactly. We're building for real world impact, not just shelf appeal. And we're committed to keeping the formula grounded in biology, not just trends.
Sure. Well, so what makes this something worth paying attention to, not just as a product, but as a portfolio play?
I would say three things. We've got one is going to be proven origin. This started with Jonas, who used it literally to break multiple world records. Number two, has a clear problem solution fit. Brain fog, fatigue, burnout. These are massive consumer pain points. And third, I would say, is just strategic timing. The market is maturing. People don't want stimulants. They want real systems that benefit them for the long run. We're building, this really for people who want to feel better at 40, 50, and 60, feel like they did when they were 30. And we're doing it in a way that can scale through content, clinical integration, and community.
Yeah, you've talked before about the fund being rooted in three pillars: family, faith, and business. So how does CellYea fit that framework?
Right, exactly. Yeah, CellYea supports high performance living. So not just for athletes, but for parents, business owners, people who want to be present and powerful in their lives. It's built for longevity, clarity, and consistency. And those are values that align with faith, family, leadership, and entrepreneurship. I'm not here to peddle like a quick fix. We're here to build tools that help people show up better for the things that matter most.
Awesome. So if somebody wants to explore CellYea as a product or as a potential deal, where should they go?
Check out CellYea.com. You can try it for yourself. If you're a part of our investor network, you'll be seeing more as we open distribution, clinical partnerships, and structured growth pathways. And if you're just tuning in and want in, reach out. We're growing a community of people who believe energy should be earned, not borrowed.
Austin, thanks for breaking it down. This is why we created the fund, to help bring high conviction brands like CellYea to the world in the right way. For those of you listening or watching, if you want to keep up with what's launching inside the fund, follow the show, subscribe to the channel, and keep an eye out for our founder series, brand drops, and expert-led spotlights. Stay strong, stay sharp, stay aligned. Until next time, keep up the good vibes.